You Xbots have got to be fucking kidding me. So, it is rumored that this game, World of Tanks, will be running in native 4K resolution on the Xbox One. They didn't say whether or not the game would be running in 4K or the textures would only be in 4K or the assets of the game would only be in 4K, but the Xbots are all over this shit. And to be honest with you, there's no way in hell that the Xbox One can run World of Tanks in 4K resolution. And one thing the Xbots are saying is, well, maybe the Xbox One will upscale games to 4K now. No, it won't. For one thing, in order to upscale games to 4K, they have to down convert the frame rate. The Xbox One has an HDMI 1.4 output that only does 4K 30 Hz. And many people will tell you 30 Hz for 4K is useless for games because it locks them to 30 frames per second. And if a game comes out that's 60 frames per second and they want to upscale to 4K, they have to downscale the frame rate. Also, too, World of Tanks being run natively in 4K on the Xbox One, there's no way in hell that's even possible. Sure, the textures can be in 4K, but the frame buffer, can't handle 4K. Think about it. The Xbox One has 8 gigabytes of DDR3 and 32 megabytes of ESRAM. The console can just barely run games in 1080p. And now you're fucking talking about 4K? I'm talking to you, crap gamer. I'm talking to you, Zaire. Next Gen 720. I'm talking to all you fucking ignorant fanboys. Showstopper. I'm talking to you too. You would have to be a complete retard to think that the game can even run in 4K resolution. 3840 by 2160 on a console that can barely run games at 1920 by 1080. Hell, there's a bunch of games on the Xbox One that don't run natively in 1080p. So, you're thinking about 4K? 4K? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Xbox fanboys are so retarded. Now, before you say I'm a Sony pony or a PC elitist, you gotta understand, I love all platforms, okay? I have a gaming PC. I have a Wii U. I have an Xbox One. I have a PS4. I have a PS3, Xbox 360, so on and so forth. I even have a fucking Atari 2600, okay? And that's not even all the systems I own. So, I'm not biased at all. In fact, I love the Xbox One. I think it's a great system, but running a game in 4K, that's just plain on retarded. I mean, I just saw Hard8's video. He was talking about the same thing. There's no way the Xbox One can run games natively in 4K, and he's right. He's right. From what I've heard, only the assets are in 4K. The stuff before it's rendered, the textures before they're rendered, are in 4K. But you can have 4K textures on a game that's only 1080p, 900p, or 720p. So, I mean, my PC can't do games in 4K. I have a friggin' GTX 960, and the only games I can play in 4K are friggin' MOBA games. I mean, 4K is still relatively new. I mean, it's probably going to take at least 10 years before we get consoles, if there still are consoles, that will run games in 4K. I mean, hell, PCs, even a top-of-the-line graphics card like the freaking Titan X struggles to play certain games in 4K. Like GTA 5, it can barely run. It can't. I don't think it can max out. In fact, I heard I can't even max out GTA 5 at 4K, 60 frames per second. But I digress. Xbox fanboys, shut the fuck up. If World of Tanks does run in 4K resolution, I'll be fucking surprised. But I seriously doubt it. Alright, folks, this is John of JCH Gaming. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to favorite. Don't forget to do whatever shit you do. At least leave a fucking comment, because I get virtually no comments on my videos. Anyway, have a good day. Or good night, wherever you are, or whenever you're watching this. Alright, John, shut the fuck up. Have a good one.